Mr. Chancellor, I present to you Irving Ludmer, a visionary philanthropist and business leader who is dedicated to promoting the advancement of research for brain and mental health. After graduating from McGill University, Mr. Ludmer joined the Steinberg grocery chain, where he held a number of positions, including that of vice president. In 1971, he left the company to become one of Quebec's leading real estate developers. He rejoined Steinberg's in 1983 and assumed control of its real estate subsidiary, Ivanhoe Incorporated. And then, as president and CEO of Steinberg's Incorporated, he played a pivotal role in the firm's successful turnaround. In 1989, when Steinberg's was sold, Mr. Ludmer, along with Dr. Arnold Steinberg and Mr. William Clayman, formed the investment holding company Clayman Ludmer Steinberg. That same year, he established the Irving Ludmer Family Foundation. The Ludmer Foundation works to improve the quality and efficiency of treatments offered to patients dealing with mental health illnesses, as well as supporting a great number of organizations, social services, and health agencies, as well as education and research initiatives. In 2015, Mr. Ludmer received the award for Outstanding Philanthropist of the Year from the Neuro for his unwavering commitment to making breakthroughs in brain research more achievable. The award honors an individual or family with a proven record of exceptional generosity who demonstrate outstanding civic and charitable responsibility and whose generosity encourages others to do the same. Over the years, the Ludmer Family Foundation has also supported the work of the Jewish General Hospital Foundation, the Douglas Institute Foundation, Federation CJA, and the Gold Foundation for Humanistic Healthcare, which supports the commitment of healthcare professionals to provide the best possible patient care. A passionate humanitarian, Irving Ludmer has made a difference with his love of science, generosity, and resources to advancing brain research and mental health in order to help people around the world. He serves as a model of philanthropy among McGillians. Mr. Chancellor, I present to you Irving Ludmer so that you may confer upon him the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
I now invite Dr. Irving Ludmer, who has just received his second McGill degree, to deliver the convocation address. Dr. Ludmer.
Bonjour, hi. C'est permissible. I would like to start by thanking Chancellor Meehan, Principal and Vice Chancellor Fortier, Mr. Penda, Chair of the Board of Governors, and members of the Platform Party. Thank you. We continue with welcoming the proud families and guests, and most of all, the graduating class of 2019. Let me begin by thanking McGill for awarding me an honorary degree as Doctor of Laws. As you can see, I'm a slow learner in that since my bachelor's degree in 1957, could you believe it took some 62 plus years before I could obtain a postgraduate diploma? Probably neurological inflammation of the brain, perhaps, but I always was said to have somewhat of a swelled head. One thing is certain, my late parents were classic immigrants from Poland and the Ukraine, and neither had a chance to graduate public school in those countries. Their hope for their son was clear: education, character, hard work, helping democracy in any way that I could, and the courage to stand for these values. In Jewish immigrant fashion, the most honored professions were doctors and secondarily lawyers. Typically, humor describes Lily seeing Sarah pushing a carriage with two cute little boys on the streets of New York. She asked Sarah if the boys are her grandchildren and how old they were. Sarah replied, "They are my grandchildren, and the doctor is 4 and the lawyer is 3. Imagine my parents' joy if they could be here today as both a doctor and lawyer, sort of, wrapped into their one son. On a more serious note, the character issue is best described by James Davidson Hunter, who wrote The Death of Character and noted that good character does not require religious faith. And I quote now, "But it does require the conviction of truth made sacred, abiding as an authoritative presence within consciousness and life, reinforced by habits institutionalized within a moral community. Character, therefore, resists expedience. It defies hasty acquisition. This is undoubtedly why Soren Kierkegaard spoke of character as engraved and deeply etched. As for democracy, I fear the growth of the so-called populism and its leaders. The rebirth of the alt-right and neo-Nazism reminds one of unhappy history, and we must treat people with equal rights and freedom, regardless of color, appearance, creed, and yes, even dress code." The great politicians always seem to have democratic qualities and debating humor as well. A few examples. A member of the British Parliament to then Prime Minister Disraeli, "Sir, you will either die on the gallows or of some unspeakable disease." "That depends, sir," said Disraeli, "whether I embrace your policies or your mistress." Another government's view of the economy could be summed up in a few short phrases. Ronald Reagan in 1986, "If it moves, tax it. If it keeps moving, regulate it. And if it still keeps moving, subsidize it." Another from Winston Churchill, great former British Prime Minister. "The inherent vice of capitalism is the unequal sharing of the blessings." We see that today. "The inherent blessing of socialism is the equal sharing of misery." And finally, from James Bovard, civil libertarian in 1994, "Democracy must be something more than two wolves and a sheep voting on what to have for dinner." Another must for leaders is to maintain courage and perseverance to protect fairness, truth, and a society of empathy. On that note, I always have loved William Ernest Henley's Invictus, written in 1875. I wasn't there, but he did it in 1875. "Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate, and I am the captain of my soul. Je vous félicite et je vous remercie. Portez-vous bien et puissiez-vous, je l'espère, contribuer à la création d'un monde meilleur pour tous." Merci. Thank you.